All right, so I really know that nobody gives a fuck, but neither do I, man. Neither do I. But I figure I give enough of a fuck about myself to tell my own stories. Oh, excuse me for the heartburn. So, 2 out of 3 of these stories are gonna have video proof, and it'll be a whole separate video, basically proving, basically I want to give and end it with this, or not end it, but my life is a puzzle, and I want to see if you can put it together. I almost can't wait till I die and my channel will be up forever, because I've done nothing wrong to get demonetized, or well, not demonetized, but truthfully haven't done anything to get taken down. I mean, for all you people on YouTube know, those mushrooms on that's the only actual, like, quote unquote substance I've ever put. But for all you know, those were Wegmans mushrooms. You can't do shit about that. Not jack fucking shit. Okay? You better keep my videos up for eternity, you motherfuckers. And if you don't, oh well. I'll be dead and I'll be gone. I can't control it. But I hope it stays up. I hope somebody is intrigued by the person I am and will try and pick apart the puzzle. But basically, these 3 stories have proof, and I actually made a power director video through my entire camera roll. Took all my, and it includes savage moments of mine, but also includes proof of some of the things I've mentioned in my videos, just so I can prove, because I feel like I need to prove it, based on how shy and introverted I am. People want to call me fake and shit, so I want to make sure that there's some proof there, so my videos have validity. But basically, yeah, these 3 stories are crazy though. So the first story is going to be the time that I went to a pretty notorious drug dealer in Caledonia, New York. I'm not going to say his name, but he had a big house. I mean, the motherfucker was rich off of the drug dealing. That's how you know you're a fucking player. It's just, when you get rich off of drug dealing. But anyways, getting to this story, I went there with my friend Jeremy. I'm just gonna say his name because it doesn't even fucking matter. He hasn't done anything illegal, so I'm not gonna name his last name, but let's just call him Jeremy. He's the one that has the letter J. We got suspended, and he fucking tried to kill me in school. But no. We went to this plug's house, and he had this huge bong, and you'll see I was wearing a yellow Polaroid hoodie, and I hit this bong, and that particular green out was a really bad one. One of the ones that made me not want to ever smoke pot again. It was a bad green out. Like, it was at points where I was glitching. I don't know if you've ever twitched on weed, but I was glitching out. And this motherfucker wasn't helping by, like, he was gunning it and jerking the wheel and shit on our way back home, because we all bought weed from this guy. He had the whole house smelled like pot, of course, as you can imagine. But where this story ties in is later. I'm not gonna actually say his name because he'll probably kick my ass if I or try to, at least, if I mention his name. But it's the one that started with the Z, the bike stealing story. And what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so this dude was wondering where he could get. He texted me and said, and I haven't trusted this dude since. So sorry, Z, but you're out of my life permanently. Good luck with the rest of your life, buddy. I hope you don't die or end up in prison. He threatens suicide all the time and does heroin, so I'm really worried about him. But there's nothing I can do, and I really don't care based on how much of a douche he is. Why am I getting whiffs of hairspray? It smells like Supercuts now all of a sudden. That's real strange. Wow, that's creepy. But anyways, I'm sorry. I'm dragging on. Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, nice. But anyways, yeah, so he asked me where he could get a pound of weed. the Z asked me where he could get a pound of weed. And he robbed the guy we went to, and I felt real bad because I didn't know he was trying to rob. I should have taken a hint by that guy, but I just met Z. I had just met Z, and he went to the drug dealer's house and fucking robbed him. That is just, fuck people, man. People suck, and I'm not too great myself either, but, things I've done haven't hurt others, for the majority of it. And when I did hurt people, I felt bad for it, and I apologized. I'll actually add a quick little story. When I was younger, my neighbor, about, two houses down, my neighbor, if you've ever seen those white poles with the red circle on top where they mark the driveway so the snowplow guy knows where the edges of the driveway are, I took his poles and smashed them. And it took me about 2 years, but eventually through birthday money, because I was just a kid at the time, I wasn't working a job, so fuck right off with you're a fucking bum bullshit. Sorry, I'm just crushing some leaves, you can't see it. But what's really creepy is about 2 years went by, and I finally bought some new poles and went over to the guy's house and apologized. Him and his wife stood there, and I apologized, gave him the poles, and actually I gave him about $5 too. I was just a kid, but he died 3 days after that. He died. That's creepy. Eerie, to be honest. But basically that's all there was to that first story. I dragged on for 6 minutes. I apologize. Holy shit, I don't know. And I hate diagnoses because that's fucking stupid. I mean, we're all primates inside. Don't call me ADHD. Don't call me, especially after all these drugs I've taken. You can just fuck right off. Just fuck off, people. Fuck people, man. I fucking hate everyone. But this next story is about the time that I actually I flooded a lot of bathrooms in my life, but this one in particular, I was going through a lot of foster homes, as you heard in other videos. I think it was one of the rant videos. I mentioned that I had been through a lot of foster homes. I've been through a lot of shit, whether you think I have or not. So don't fucking come at me with nothing. I am a gangster and I'm fucking badass till I die. But I'm at this point, I'm looking out for myself. I'll end my life smart and savage. I did the perfect amount of things, is what I want to say. And I got away with it all. Fucking crazy, man. But I basically flooded the bathroom, and they actually ended up catching me that time. They must have got me on video, but they already just. I mean, I was like in second grade, so they just took me down to the office and said, "Okay, you're fucked." I actually wasn't able to go on a field trip because of that. But basically, I just flooded the bathroom. That was probably like, what, a 1 minute story, But I figured I might as well get this up to like, 11, 12 minutes. Why not? You'll see a bunch of different gameplay from different games in this as well. I'll just go through Valentine or Strawberry and Red Dead Redemption and fucking Saints Row as well. Just give you guys some simple gameplay when I get home. Because I'm actually going into rehab this Monday. I'm going into rehab and my life will be on track from here on out. Yeah, motherfuckers. But the last story is the big one, and that also is going to have evidence as well. There's going to be a separate video. I'll just title it Evidence in Savagery. But, no, fucking... I got drunk with my friends. I remember I got super... Actually, I'll add 2 stories. So this will be a total of 4. So one time I got real drunk with my friends, and I've driven drunk, like extremely drunk, 2 times, and I've driven drunk a total of 3. So I've driven, to get that right, I've driven extremely drunk 2 times, and I've driven drunk 3. The 3rd time was when I flipped my car, actually, and I let somebody else drive my car. We were both drunk and off Molly. I really hope you can put this puzzle together. It's gonna be funny, man. I can't wait for somebody to try and go through my channel, man. I love it though, and as much as I hate humanity as a whole, my viewers, I still do love you guys though. I still do, but keep your distance, because I don't trust people. I really don't trust people. That boy, sus. Get that pun. I don't trust him. That's a must. I'm putting my back into this. Fuck, man. I appreciate it, but at the same time, I hate it. I don't know. Being human's weird. But yeah, I actually drove pretty good because my anxiety is so severe that even when I'm drunk, I can still concentrate. But you will still like slip up, and this is where this is proven. But I had a bottle of vodka in my system, a full bottle of vodka. The only reason why I didn't die was because I was so alert because I was driving, trying to save my friends, that I was able to actually save myself in the process. But the one time we got into a traffic circle, and I was so drunk, I went around the traffic circle fucking 4 times, and everybody was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh shit, you're right. Like, I just went around the traffic circle 4 times. It's crazy." But the other time, it was me. It was a kid. We'll just call him E, and we'll call him E. And there's another one. I'll just call him. He actually, and excuse me for this term, but I am saying this because this is what he wanted me to put him in my phone as. He goes by Ginger Nigger is what he goes by, which I think that's fucking crazy. But I'm not a racist, so don't take that out of context. But we'll just call him GN, so I don't have to say the N-word in the video again. Because I am not, and please don't flag this for hate, because I am not a hateful person. Do not flag this. I am not hateful. I hate everyone equally, as Slayer says. I hate everyone equally. But we all got drunk, and this one kid in particular, and I had been stealing booze out of my grandfather's. They basically, where I lived, they made their own wine, and he had probably like 30, 40 bottles, and I had taken half of it. And actually, I don't know if I added that video or not, but I think I'm gonna have to just like paste it on here, or put it on my channel separately, or add it to the Power Director video. But I did oh no, it's in my Snapchat. I gotta save it through my Snapchat. Yeah. But yeah, I have proof of the bottles as well. And I'll make sure to add that as well. But sorry, I laid down for a second. I got a little slumpy there. And the sun is just coming up. It's what time is it? It is 4:31. But basically, this kid was like 5'3", and he had been drinking all day prior, which I hadn't known until later. He had told me later after the incident. But we had all drank. Everybody was fine. I dropped everyone off, but me and this kid still hung up. The moral of the story. And this kid was to a point where he was puking all over. Puked on himself all over my car, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm a fucking dirt bag anyways, and I don't give a fuck. You can call me dime bag, douchebag, Daryl. Fuck you. You know, I'm a god. I don't need your fucking shit. I don't care what you say about me. I do not give a shit. If I haven't made that clear enough already. But I basically told this kid, I said, "Hey, motherfucker, if you stay awake, I'll drink and keep drinking." I mean, I to this day, besides that rum incident that I talked about, I've never been that drunk either. You know, like, I was intoxicated. And I was so drunk that 2 things happened. One, I scraped, like, if you've ever been in a Grand Theft Auto and just like barely scraped by a car, like, I didn't crash, thank God, but I remember feeling my car scraping against something, and I look up because I was seeing double. Like, if you ever played Grand Theft Auto 4 and gotten drunk with Roman, it was like to that level of like all over the place. Like, there was no coordination, or a high lack of it, and I scraped the side of a car and drove away. And when I dropped the kid off afterwards, because it was to a point where I had to go home, it was like 4 in the morning. It was while I was still in high school. So I basically got drunk and then went to school the next day after. Basically, the moral of the story is I plowed a mailbox, okay? I'm so sorry. This is what happens when you take drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do it. It'll scramble your brains like fucking eggs, man. And I hope it makes you laugh. You know, I mean, as much as I hate humanity, I hope you guys laugh, because and I hope you know I don't care. I'll find it funny myself. I'm a fucking idiot sometimes, but at the same time, I'm smart. I'm just one of the trippy. I think I'm the trippiest person that's ever lived, and I will believe that until I die. But yeah, that's basically all there is. I plowed a mailbox, and yeah, and there's proof of that. So, fucking peace and hate.